Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. Lori Loughlin is...
Who's Lori Loughlin?
Aunt Becky on Full House. She stopped working as an actress when she married Massimo, the guy that had all his shirts in Target for so many years, and they pulled him out.
Wait a second. She married that guy?
Yeah.
We're talking about Aunt Becky, the one that was a lesbian on the show?
Yeah.
At times?
No.
You're
thinking Roseanne.
No, who's Aunt Becky?
Aunt Becky on Full House. Jesse's girl.
Oh, Jesse's girl.
Everybody wanted Jesse's girl.
Yeah.
Everybody wished they had Jesse's girl.
Okay, wait. No, the brunette, the cute brunette.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had the wrong Becky.
Yes. Not Becky on Roseanne. Not Aunt Jackie, which I think you're confusing.
That's who I was thinking about. I'm sorry. We're talking about Full House, the
Aunt
brunette.
Jackie was never a lesbian. On the
she had a phase, I thought.
Of Roseanne.
I thought she had a phase.
I don't think so.
Didn't she?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Who was the lesbian on the show back in the day?
Sandra Bernhard.
Yes, and weren't they dating?
No.
Oh.
Never.
Okay, bad memory.
My wife watches a lot of Roseanne.
No, you're the Roseanne authority. I would ask
Roseanne. I'm going to say that did not happen.
Trying to go back to my childhood, and I'm trying to remember.
But anyways, there was, one of them was arrested yesterday. Felicity Huffman was arrested because she was at her home when it all went down and the FBI
What happened? What did they do?
It's a bit complex, so I'll tell you about it, how it broke down coming up. But there's an interesting dynamic because Felicity Huffman was arrested. Lori Loughlin was not.
Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives. Married to William H. Macy.
Yes.
Or whatever they are.
And Trans America and all that other. She's, award-winning actress.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Arrested in a college cheating scandal.
They were all arrested, and this has something to do with a cheating scam at a college?
Yeah, this is the largest college admissions cheating scam ever prosecuted in the United States of America. 50 people charged yesterday. Authorities were calling the operation Varsity Blues. Okay, that makes sense. Awesome name for it. And they uncovered 33 parents described by the attorneys as having a catalog of wealth and privilege. So these are all people with lots of money, like Felicity Huffman, like Lori Loughlin, like CEOs of companies. Okay. They collectively paid $25 million to college admissions counselor. His name was William Singer. Okay. Now he pled guilty and agreed to cooperate in throwing all these people under the bus in an investigation.
What were they paying them the money for?
He had ins at major universities to where people would look the other way
to admit people
on SATs and ACTs.
Oh, wow.
And he would kick them down some cash.
Damn.
And they would be like, okay.
I thought that was, part of the privilege of being rich and privileged is that you could buy your way into any school. That's illegal, huh?
Well, apparently it's the truth.
So wait, they were paying off. So what, did Felicity Huffman and William H. Macy have a kid they were trying to get into a university?
Apparently. Yeah. So,
how embarrassing for the kid. What a loser.
This William Singer guy.
Like, oh my God, I feel like such a dumbass.
He was bribing the college officials, also coaches and entrance exam administrators. They would help the students secure admissions, not on their merits, but through fraud, basically by paying them. 13 people arrested by the FBI in Los Angeles yesterday. And 38 of the 50 defendants charged are under arrest and in custody, including Felicity Huffman. Now, Lori Loughlin has not been arrested. You know why?
That's Aunt Becky.
Yes.
Okay. Because she's too cute. No, why? She wasn't around. She's in hiding. She's in hiding.
I've always had a crush on Lori Loughlin.
She's great. She's very youthful.
Even still to this day.
She's always held on to that very youthful look.
She buys beauty.
Cute.
She buys beauty and she buys her kids into college. She's in Canada. She has been aware.
They won't extradite her?
She has been made aware of the charges, and she is aware that she will have to. There's a warrant for her arrest when she enters back into the United States of America.
But they won't go get her, huh? She's safe in Canada.
Let me ask you this question.
Wow, Canada's not that bad.
Well,
if I had to run, I would probably go to Canada.
She didn't break any laws in Canada, so she.
Yeah. I know, but they could still extradite you. They could still let the feds come up and get you. This is an FBI deal, right?
But they don't. Come on. Are you kidding me? The tariffs that we're putting on their maple syrup, you think they're going to let Lori Loughlin go? Lori Loughlin is like the most famous person they have in Canada right now.
I know, these tariffs. I miss their beer so much. I love Canadian beer.
Would you, if you were in Canada, and you knew there was a warrant for your arrest in America?
Yeah. I'd stay.
I don't, depending on, the law is a funny thing Maybe you didn't think maybe you were paying. I mean, I got to think with my heart of hearts, in many instances, these people are people with money. And this guy came to him with some smooth talking, pitch. He's like, oh yeah, I can help tutor, wink, wink, nod, nod, your kids into getting into college. Just pay me a couple $1 million. And they're like, fine, whatever. Kid's going to go to college. Throw money at the situation.
Wow.
So even if you think in your heart of hearts that you're innocent, there's a possibility you could be guilty. I'm not taking that possibility, and I'm living on Tim Hortons for the rest of my life.
Yeah, there you go. Well, she's probably up there at Whistler, she's probably an LA type, living in Los Angeles. Or
Whistler's a beautiful place.
And she probably has a home up there in Whistler. Hell yeah, I'd stay up there and get a couple extra weeks of skiing in. I mean, months, really. They're probably going to have snow for a while. All the Tim Hortons you can handle.
Massimo had his line pulled from Target. That money, that gravy train's not coming in anymore.
I'm sure Canada's a big place. You could get a flight if you wanted to go to Mexico or you wanted to go to Europe or something. You could probably, and not have to go through the United States.
Dominican Republic? They do like direct flights to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, you're good to go. Stay in Canada.
I would stay in Canada. I totally would. Because Canada's fine. Canada is pretty much as close as you're going to get to the United States as far as your freedoms are concerned. It's pretty, you're not going to ever have warm temperatures, but as long as you're not flying into the United States for anything, then you're fine.
I'm sorry, but part of me on this whole thing, now that I've absorbed it,
thinks that they're going to get off.
It seems like a little bit of a waste of time.
Why? Because they have money to pay their correct.
I mean, come on. There's way bigger fish to fry than
No, I don't know.
Because they're rich and privileged paying for their kid to get into a university.
Because one instance highlighted by federal prosecutors alleged that the head women's soccer coach at Yale was paid $400,000. I'm guessing that is about what she makes in a year, if not more, to accept a student even though the applicant did not play soccer at all. Gave them a scholarship, a soccer scholarship, and the student did not play soccer.
Now, if I work for the university, these people lose their jobs.
The parents of that student allegedly paid Singer, the fixer, $1.2 million.
But here's the thing. Arrest the person that's accepting it. Arrest the person that has the power to be able to, allow these things to happen. Are you really going to arrest the people that, were willing to pay for it? I don't know.
The Yale coach?
They're paying the tuition. Nobody has a problem with that.
They're paying they're not going about it the right way.
No, of course not. I agree with you.
They're going.
I just say there's bigger fish to fry, and
so
it's Felicity Huffman and
Aunt
Becky, and so we're going to make a big deal about
the schools involved. Well, and a bunch of CEOs too, but we're not bringing up their names
because nobody knows who they are.
Exactly. Stanford. This happened at Stanford. It happened at Georgetown. Happened at Wake Forest, University of Southern California, University of California.
Did it happen at University of Washington? Burn it down.
UCLA.
Burn it down.
Let's do some California inventory, okay? SC, UCLA, Stanford. The three most popular universities in the state were involved in this scandal. Their coaches that worked for these universities were accepting people that didn't even play the sport, just like the Yale, and said, oh yeah, you give me $400,000, I'll give them a scholarship. That's pretty corrupt.
No, it is. And those people should pay for it. Maybe they should be persecuted. I just don't know if the people paying for their kids to go to school, yes, they're not doing it along the lines. But I mean, listen, it wasn't up to them. It was the person that was accepting the bribe or the money. They should pay for it. I don't know if Felicity Huffman and Aunt Becky and the CEO should all pay for it.
The FBI's stance on this is you can't pay to play. You can't cheat to get ahead, because if you do, you will get caught.
I realize that, but I'm just saying, really, where should the blame fall on this? It should fall on the people that were accepting the bribes, right? Or the money. The money. Well, now, those are the people that should be. This is where the hammer should fall.
This is what reeks about the whole thing, is they have a guy. They have a go-between. Who knows what the go-between's pitch was? These people have the means to pay lots of money. The guy's like, yeah, I can help get your kid in school. Just give me $1 million. And they're like, fine, if that's the cost, if that's the going rate, here's $1 million. And then he's paying off coaches with that money. How are they implicated in that scandal? Now, what the court of law is going to have to prove is that they had knowledge that this seedy behavior was taking place and giving money towards that in order to charge them with fraud. So, I mean, it seems like years of court cases. You're talking about 50 people that are being brought up in this.
Who pays for that? Taxpayers.
See? The little guy can't even catch a break. Little guy can't even catch a break.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.